Yo, what's up, YouTube? Okay, I promise this is the last video I'm gonna post today. You guys know how I am. Once I get going mentally, I just have to put it all out there because I'm gonna forget it. I don't write things down. It just comes in my head, and I just have to put it down. But I don't like posting too many videos at once because I want people to have enough time to go to it, look at it, come back to it, read the comments. But I can't help myself. Anyways, I want to talk about how to actually form a network. You know, a lot of people think that there needs to be some big, massive black network where we have some website and you log in and you have a password. No, that's not how a network is formed. So, to be real with you, there's going to be a whole bunch of mini sub networks. That's how it operates. That's how other people operate. Okay, so there's going to be upper affluent black people, and they're going to have their own social networks. There's going to be middle class black people who have their own networks, and there's going to be lower income people who have their networks. Okay, a friend of mine, and we still talk, you know, every now and then. When he graduated from high school, he went straight to working for the family business. So he went from making no money to making $36,000, right? Because that's how much they was paying him. And he was working for a construction company that his father pretty much founded with his uncle, you know, my friend's uncle, and a friend. Okay, they were all construction workers. They did construction management. They had years of experience, and they had some money saved up, so they opened up their own business. Okay, and that's how a network is formed. First of all, to have a network, you have to have some sort of friendship or some sort of, I know this guy. Why? Because A, you have to vouch for their character. You're not going to open up a business with somebody who's shady with the money or who's just shady. Or you're not going to refer somebody to someone else who's a shady person. Because you're saying, hey, hire this guy or do business with this guy because you know me. So if I know this guy, right, hey, I don't travel with whack people. So your name is on the line. So you have to know somebody personally. Secondly, B, they have to be good at what they do. So not only do I have to know you personally, know your character, be able to vouch for you, you have to be good at what you do. It's not okay to be mediocre. So to me, that's how a network is formed. You have to know the person first, or at least get to know them before you say, hey, let's put our money together, or, you know, let's start discussing how to make money. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It starts with being friends. Like I said before, I have some ideas in my head that I want to get down. And what I've done already is I've looked at the people I know, the people I can vouch for, and, you know, when I'm serious or when I'm ready, I plan on hitting some of these people up to let them know what I'm trying to do and if they can play a part, or can you put me in the right direction? Hey, you know so-and-so, can you give me their number so I can talk to them? So it starts with people I know. I know these people personally. I can trust them. I know that they're good at what they do. And hopefully they know that I'm good at what I do. So when it comes time for me to say, hey, you know, you're my boy, can you introduce me to your uncle or whoever, they know that, hey, I know you, first of all, and I know that you're good at what you do. That is how a network is going to form. It's going to form off of people you know or people that you meet and that you get to know. As simple as that. Okay, so for example, what you see a lot of Asian men do, or just, you know, people who are lawyers or doctors or whatever, people in those sort of professions, they'll come together and say, hey, we know each other, we went to law school together, or we grew up together, or we have a mutual uncle. Let's open up, you know, our own little business center where, you know, I'm a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're a pediatrician, or you're a orthodontist, you're a dentist or whatever, and we'll open up our little plaza and, you know, we'll just refer people to each other. So it's like a one-shop stop. You know, if you have any legal problems, come see me. If you have any health problems, go see my friend that I went to school with. That's what they do. But like I said before, they know each other, so they can vouch for each other's character. They know that one person's not going to get caught for embezzling money or doing something stupid that will pretty much ruin the integrity of that whole group. And like I said before, they're good at what they do. It doesn't matter if you know a person well and they're great people, but they suck at what they do or they're mediocre. Right? And like I said, the same thing goes for blue-collar black men as well. You know, if you guys get into construction, or, you know, you're an electrician, or you're doing something, right, and you know other people who are related or who are doing the same thing you're doing, and you're friends, and you know that, hey, this guy's quality work. He doesn't cut corners. He does things the right way. You can say, hey, let's think about doing something together. Right? Let's think about sharing clients. Oh, you know, who do you work with? Hey, give me their numbers. Or, you know, if they ever need a plumber or something, let them know I'm here. That is a network. That's how you form it. So don't look for some big massive website that you're going to log on to and put in some password and check your profile. Hey, what's going on? Are there any new jobs? That's not how a network works. So yeah, you may see an Asian network, but those people know each other. It's as simple as that. They're not going to let somebody in just because they're Asian. Hey, look at me, I'm Asian. No, they're not going to do it. You got to know people. You know, I've seen people, or I've heard stories of people even trying to marry into certain families because it was so inclusive. It was so hard to get into. You know, hey, if I marry the daughter, I'll be good with the uncle, and the uncle has friends. You know, that's how people think, because a lot of these quote-unquote social networks that we don't have are formed off of people we know. So I encourage you to not just form any sort of network just because somebody's black. If you don't know them and you can't vouch for them in terms of their character and personality, run the other way. If they're not good at what they do, right, in terms of when you compare it to other people in the same industry, run the other way, because the network isn't going to work. Simple as that. So what you can do, right, to be proactive, right, you can even look down your phone, right? Look through your phone and all the people you know. And if you had somebody put a gun to your head and said, hey, you need to form some sort of network, who would you call? Who would you trust? What do they do? What can you do for them? It's as simple as that. And if you're younger, you still have to get some more years under your belt. You know, a lot of people are so quick to say that black men aren't doing much. Hey, give us more time. We're a different generation. We're not the generation before us. To me, you know, you have to give us a little bit. Like, I would say we need about 10, 15 more years till we can get in the game. Because we don't have any connections. We're trailblazers. If you think about it, right now, a lot of young black men, I don't care if you're blue collar, white collar, whatever, you are trailblazing right now. You're probably the first black at your company or one of the only minorities at your company. You're trailblazing. So you need some time to get good at what you do and just to get some clout under your belt. So this whole idea of us not having networks, hey, you know, we need more time. It's not going to happen overnight. Just because you get a job doesn't mean anything. Really doesn't mean anything. Unless the people around you are building up to where they need to be. Like I said before, it's about staying close to these people and knowing them and vouching for them. I got people who are geniuses, you know, people who are at med school, doctors, or whatever, but some of them, I don't like who they are in terms of their personality, so I don't know if I'd form a network with them. So there's all these other weird dynamics that go into a social network. That's why they're so closed and they're private. At the end of the day, this whole idea of the black network, it's not going to be one super massive network. It's going to be a whole bunch of mini sub-networks that go across different socioeconomic backgrounds. So holla at me. Tell me how you feel. You know, hopefully the right people watch this video. Take it easy. God bless.